Because if you're able to say that you're not being who you are, who you're trying to attract or whatever, then you need to do some self-reflecting on what it is that you need to do to improve and to bring in the same amount of energy or whatever.
I think that'd be good, because only thing I know is I did for like, dang, I put are you what you attract. I was trying to depict on if I was trying to say like how Steve Harvey was talking about, like, make a list of things that you want from a man, and everything that you put on a list, if you are not, then that means you need to start working towards that, because how can you say you want this from a man but you don't have that?
So, and of course it just, are we recording? Because
we already recorded.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we need to do that.
I know.
Hey y'all, I'm Mia.
Hey, and I'm Kiara.
And welcome to A Single Mother's Tale podcast, where we talk about motherhood, parenting, healing, elevation, and education.
And we also talk about our own personal experiences as being single mothers, shedding light on those real conversations that mothers are afraid of having. We are telling the tales and raw truths about single motherhood.
We hope at the end of this episode, our shared experiences offers clarity, insight, comfort, and support as we all are navigating through motherhood.
Hey guys, we are back with another episode. Oh my god, ting ting. Cheers. Sis, what are we going to tell them today?
So today we're talking about, are you what you attract? Self-love and advice to your younger self.
Yes, I love this topic.
So like we were stating before, so with are you what you attract? And I was mentioning the Steve Harvey. It wasn't a podcast. What is a show? It's a video that I seen, and he was telling women to write down a list of things that we want from a man, and that list could be, let's talk, say, degree, financially stable. They want them to have $1,000 or $1 million in their bank account. Like, write down all of those things that you want from a man, or you believe that a man should have, and on that list, check off. If you're not what you are on that list, if you don't pretty much possess, or if you're not what you're on that list, then how can you expect that from a man if you're not even that? Right. So,
and just to think outside of the box for different perspectives, maybe these women are saying that they need this man to check off all these lists despite them not having those certain criteria themselves, because they lack motivation to attain it themselves. I don't know.
But so you are what you attract, or what we want from a man. So for instance, I know I would be like, I want a man that has a bachelor's degree or have a form of a degree. I have that. But let's say I want a man that's financially stable, or that have, let's say, $200,000 in their bank account. I don't have $200K in my bank account, or not yet. I will. Wait on it. I believe that I'm financially stable, but what's something else on a list that I want from my man?
But you also just got to think that you want your partner to be your better half. So it's like, where I'm lacking, I want them to exceed in. I want somebody that can educate me. So it's not too bad of a thing to be requesting. I think it's more so of a personality trait. Like, I want him to be loving, but how can you expect him to be loving but you're mean? And stuff like that. You family oriented, but you don't even talk to your mom or your dad. So how can you bring that into the relationship or expect that to be in your relationship when you don't possess that yourself? The materialistic things. Now, if you're working towards that degree, because a lot of women stuff don't have degrees for many reasons. They may want that degree to be like, oh, okay, well, I want them to set the example for my children. I may not have had the opportunity to, be encouraged to get that degree, and I'm already in my field and I'm struggling. But if I do have a man that has that degree, maybe I can be motivated, or they can set the tone of how important education is for our children. So I'm trying to look at it from those perspectives. I don't want to just be like, don't come to the table with nothing and expect everything, which is true, but at the same time, it's a give and take.
Give and take, but where we're at now, we can't have a man come to the table and they glass not even have food, and our glass is almost full. But if we continue to pour into their glass, then we're just emptying our glass from ourselves and taking away what we're supposed to do with watering ourselves by trying to water in this other person. Now their glass becoming to be full, and now we're drained.
But that's a whole other different conversation, though.
Yeah.
That's pouring into somebody that's not even willing to pour into themselves.
Right.
Don't come to me if you haven't invested as much time. Now, where you invest your time, it could be all different avenues. But if you're stable and you're, healthy in that instance, cool. But just to stay more on topic, give me more examples of what these women are requesting, because the women are speaking. And what are they talking about?
What do these women want? Some women want to say, "Oh, I want a man who don't have no kids, who's financially stable, who have, let's say, a master's degree, a doctorate degree. I want a man who are all of these things.
I want a man that got $1 million, even though I'm sleeping at the hotel, motel, Holiday Inn."
Exactly. So we're saying we want all of these things, but we don't possess it ourselves, or we're not that. So, and we are what we attract, right? So in previous relationships that I have been in, I know that I have been broken, or I have been hurt, or I may lack self-love, and I have attracted broken people. And with me being broken myself, I'm attracting these broken people with the hopes of repairing and fixing them, when in actuality, I'm just continuing breaking myself into tinier pieces instead of rebuilding myself as I should have been. So because I'm broken, I'm attracting these broken men and thinking these broken men that I can fix these broken men, and vice versa, when only we're just destroying each other even more. So that's where the self-love come in, because I can't no longer go into another relationship with somebody knowing that I'm broken, that I lack emotional support from myself, that I lack trust, that I lack confidence within myself sometimes, or I'm still dealing with childhood trauma that I haven't addressed, and that I'm basically practically broken as fuck. So with me being broken as fuck because of my experiences and what I've been through, I'm attracting these other broken people who I'm longing, like, oh, he's doing so good in the beginning, and then when you have that longevity in a relationship, you start to see that broken man by the way he's talking to me, the verbiage he's using, the way he's disrespecting me and calling me out my name.
And let's be real, you my best friend, so yes, I know the real deal. Yeah. The longevity don't even be that long. They be showing their true colors real
early
quick.
On. The red flags be red, and I be turning them red flags to green quick in less than a second. And so I have to recognize those red flags, but because I'm so broken, I begin to look past those flags.
You're giving these men grace, but you're not giving yourself grace.
Yeah.
You're not giving yourself the grace of knowing, like, I need to work on myself, or I need to stop being so hard on myself, or why am I seeking validation from somebody that's not even treating me right, or not even deserving of the best version of me.
Exactly. And not addressing the situation head on. And that just comes from self. So that's why in this moment, like, I'm not really looking to date. Like, I want to date myself. Like, I want to be that woman that you see out at the bar eating by herself, who's taking herself on date, who's pouring into herself, and who's pouring into her daughter. Like, that's the woman that I'm trying to become. And that's why I believe that's been important for me to read more, and read my Bible more, to get closer to God and be in my spiritual connectedness with Him. So that way that when my husband do come, or that man do come, I won't be so quick to love on him or do anything for him, or allow him
those wifey duties.
Yeah. Or allow him to come in and disrupt my peace. And when the moment that I start to see those red flags, and it's he crossing boundaries, and the boundaries that I set for myself, I can stop it right there and there and move on. Like, this is not what I want for myself, so let me just go ahead and let you know that right now, so there's no more further conversation that we need to have. And so that's what I'm trying to work on now.
Because if you're frustrated with keep attracting these broken men, that's just like what the conversation of the day is. You haven't invested the time for your healing.
Exactly.
So how can you invest time in
healing
being in a relationship where they haven't done the same thing.
Correct.
They haven't healed. They're not in the process of healing. They don't even care. They're not even willing to take accountability that there's healing that needs to be done.
Exactly. Or even recognize that they're broken. Like, brokenness, we have to recognize that we're broken in that moment. And because, like, if we don't, we're just going to continue that cycle of hurt people. And we don't want to do that, because now I'm sitting here broken and I'm hurting you unknowingly, that I'm hurting you, not that I'm doing it intentionally, but we hurt each other unknowingly because we're not happy within ourselves. And since I'm seeking that validation from that man, and he's already broken, there's nothing that he can do for me because he's not validating me at that moment and when I need to be validated. And also that goes to me, like, why am I seeking validation from this man? So
let's do some accountability together right now. So what are you going to do differently?
So what I'm doing differently now is, like, I'm not dating. I'm not ready to date. I may have friends or whatever, but if I'm being honest, like, I'm not ready to date. Like I said, I'm taking that time to love on me more. That's why I'm going natural for the remainder of the year, for the entire year. As I said on episode 1 or 2, that us women, we get our hair done, we get our nails done, we do all of this to try to beautify ourselves even more by wearing extensions, and I love my eyelashes, getting those long acrylic nails, let's wear makeup. And when we are putting those aesthetics on, we feel as if we're more beautiful than we already value. We feel more validated. And really we don't. We just covering over what we already got going on. We just putting a mask on it. We're putting extensions on it and pretty much hiding our identity. When in fact when we come home that night, all we're doing is taking off the wig, we wiping off our makeup, and what we seen from the moment we woke up is what we're getting. We're getting that reflection. Now the baddiness has worn off. When I got home and wiped off my makeup, who am I now? I'm still the same person that I was when I woke up.
Essentially never confronting what you have in front of you.
Exactly. So, and that's what I want to do now. I want to confront all of my issues that I'm having. The lack of trust from people, the lack of confidence that I have within myself. And just loving natural me, loving the state that I'm in, and I know that it's gonna come. I'm gonna have my moments where I'm not gonna feel that much pretty today. But lately, I'm not gonna even sit here and cap. Like, I've been feeling like I'm a baddie as fuck. Like, look at this clear ass fucking skin. Like, look at this long ass hair, healthy hair. Like, I've been sitting in the room like, damn girl, you got some pretty skin. And I even contemplated today whether I should put on makeup or not put on makeup. Put on makeup. Oh, I don't want to put on makeup today. I want to, but I'm like, my skin is glowing. And no, a bitch not pregnant, but it's glowing. And so I've really been like loving myself. Like, I had my little moment. Even I had a little moment yesterday when I was just feeling a little down. Like, girl, like, what's going on? And I'm in a phase and a feeling where I really don't even know what's wrong with me. And I don't know if it's because of my nails. And I was saying, it's like, oh, I want to get my nails done so bad. I don't know how long I'm last, but I'm pushing through, like, because I have to love myself.
Your nails is cute, girl. They look like they little ovals. The real natural ovals.
Real sharp. I can't even do... click, 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 click. I can't do that, but I'm loving where I'm at right now. And it's been a process. It's been a little journey. I've been having my little moments like, but I'm getting through it. I'm making it. And I've been watching like the little tutorials on TikTok to figure out how I can grow my hair even longer, what to do to even keep my healthy skin glowing. I got a regimen going right now, so it's been really good.
My sense of accountability is when dating.
Let's see who just sits there. Special guest coming! Who is this guy? Oh my gosh! We should put that in like a blooper.
But what was I saying? So yeah, mine is okay. So my mom has always said, you need to stop dating below yourself, and you need a man that's equally yoked.
I say that
And I
too.
used to just be like, girl, ain't nobody, I'm just different. I'm driven, and everybody ain't got it. Everybody ain't exposed.
You try to be understanding of their situation.
But it's left me like always pulling, exposing, educating, helping, filling out this. I'm tired of it. Who's going to help me? Who's going to pull me up and things of that nature? But then I'm also encountering these damaged men.
So let's go deeper. Do you feel that you may have been damaged or broken with some things that you've had in previous relationships, or pertaining to like maybe your childhood, or with the relationship with your mom, how it was early on?
I do, as I reflect now that I'm older, I do think that growing up, she was very hard on me. And she made me feel as though like I was either incapable of, or I was just, not that smart, not that wise, didn't make good decisions. And so now I go above and beyond. Like, maybe that's why I do date people that's a little below me, because like, oh, well, let me show you what I know, what I can do, what I've achieved. And I can help you do the same thing. And if I'm able to help you, and you can help me, or whatever the case may be, that's maybe where I place my value at. So now I'm just trying to figure out, like, how to be okay with it. Like, last year, I was so focused on trying not to, because I was just casually dating, I did not want to talk about any of my accomplishments. I want you to like me for who I am. I want you to see, like, oh, yeah, she's that girl, and I don't even know how many degrees she got, or how much she make, or what job she does. Like, I want you to get to know me for who I am. And so I'm still working on that now, but I'm also trying to figure out what's the damage as far as like the emotional men that I'm dealing with, or they're just not happy with themselves. And I'm like, for the most part, I feel like I've always been pretty happy with myself. I know things get rough and I get frustrated, but I'm able to separate it, like the external things that's trying to come in and break me down, and who I feel as an individual for myself. And I think I've always been a good self-esteem, but I just got to stop allowing these broken, sad men into my life, because it's tearing me down. It's a lot. It's a lot.
So what are you going to do with these work? Are you going to start setting boundaries, or are you going to have
I'm really actually in the process of trying to figure out, like, is that even my job to try to help them? Like, you can set boundaries, but they're not going to get it. They're not able to really change. And I don't know if I'm the changing agent I do that for a living. I don't want to do that in my life.
You're a therapist, so do you feel as if you're attracting these people because you have a healing soul, or you're a healer by nature? So
I don't know. Not when it comes to these guys. I don't think I'm doing it with them.
they just not.
They appreciate it afterwards, like a year later, be like, you know what, you was fine. But when they in the midst of it, straight clashing. So I don't know. But then that's very unfair to me to say I don't want no damaged man. I don't want nobody that's been through trauma, because we in our 30s at this point. So it's like everybody has a story. Everybody, and I understand it. I'm just not emotionally there yet. I don't need to be dating. I don't think I need to be dating.
Let's just date ourselves. Let's date friends.
Not for real. We've been doing really good. We've been really traveling and just hanging out and mommy dates. We're good on that.
Yeah.
But then when we let these men into our lives, it's just like, that's when the drama. That's when it's like, girl, what happened? Oh my God.
Girl, let me tell you.
We don't even really got drama with females.
Yeah. I haven't had drama since I don't know how long. Especially adult drama. I can't do adult drama. We're too grown with kids. It's just always the men drama.
So trying to go back to the accountability, attract who we are, or attract what we want, because we are putting out that same energy.
So we need to pretty much do that self-reflection and start to heal ourselves, so that way we can attract different. We can attract more healthier, happier individuals, men, I should say, and attract those type of people.
Right. Because I've been struggling lately with not being emotionally available. Like, I just don't have the bandwidth to just be there in that sense. So maybe I have to either finish wrapping up the little extra screws I got going on, because my mind always thinking business wise. So it's like I'm not able to be there emotionally for a man at this point. Or have I gotten so content on this sense of independence? Or
It's because you're trying to reach different levels that individual is not ready to reach.
right.
And so I don't think it's that your mind is so boggled with business, because you have created a lifestyle, you have created a name, you have created so much for yourself that that individual, that person is not ready for it, because they haven't had that, and they on their own trajectory, and your trajectory and his just doesn't intercept. And so what you have going on is something bigger and greater than that small-minded individual who wants to live in that shell and that threshold, but you are on a different wavelength, I should say, than that person, because we're trying to build generational wealth. We're trying to get these properties and get these businesses and have it reach mountains and reach far beyond than what we even thought it could reach.
Right.
You know, and so when you have those small-minded individuals who have already pretty much did what they did in their lifetime, and they're just content and ready just to settle down and be in that moment, you're not, because you have so much. You're always figuring out what's next. What can I do next? Like, where it's going to take me, because you have a mouth to feed. And so you don't want your daughter to just be stuck. You want her to be able to have all of these assets, and you're not going to stop until you reach the top. Because if we go look at Caucasians, we see them driving BMWs, Mercedes at the age of 15 and 16, because things have been passed down to them from generation to generation, and they already have their generational wealth. They already have properties and vehicles in their name waiting for them when they turn 16. But for people like us who have to create and build that, we're not going to stop. So we're trying to be like those people. We're trying to have our children don't have to want or need for anything. By the time they turn 16 or 18, they have over $100,000 in their bank account. They already have property. They have assets. So you're on a different wavelength. So you can't beat yourself up and say that you're not emotionally there when you have other things in your mind, when that person just not on the same.
I'm at the point where I'm no longer allowing a man to deter me. And not that I ever really did, but I'm for sure, not even emotionally,
Exactly.
You're not going to even get me off of my high horse right now, because I'm driven. We riding. So it's like, I don't really have time for it. But I guess essentially that goes back to what we were saying, like, how can you expect, or how can you want a man that got this, that, and that when you don't have it? But at least I'm working towards it. So I can say I'm on my man with some money, and this and that and that and this, because baby, I'm going to get it too. We can get it together. So
I think that's good.
Yeah, I just got to stop. Because I always refer to my mama, because my mama thinks she know everything. So maybe, we might have it on the show one day or whatever.
You need to, because she be having a lot to say.
Right. Now that I'm older, she's my dog. She's my dog. That's my girl. But I'm just thinking, like, does love really just conquer all within a relationship, or you need the financial? You need which one? Is it equal? Is it?
I don't know. I feel like love should be natural. Like, love isn't forced. It isn't something that we just learning for. Like, love is just natural, and it doesn't take a lot to love it, and it doesn't rule the relationship, and it doesn't overpower anything, because that individual who's gonna love me wholeheartedly, flaws and all, what I'm doing right now is not going to hurt that person. It's only going to make him love me more, or that love grow fonder, and him supporting me even more. It's not going to be that you don't love me, or give me a type of ultimatum type deal. You know, if that makes sense. Well, I hope it makes sense. But love shouldn't be an ultimatum. Love should be natural. And whoever says, that person that says they love me is going to support me through my darkest moments. They're going to support me at my highest moments, and they're not going to be envious of me or anything like that. And so That's what I think.
I can't wait to be fully in love again.
Me too. Baby, come back to me.
I can't wait.
I can't wait either.
It's just, we just gotta really just take our time with it. Take our time with it. Not be so eager for it. We can be a lover girl or whatever, but we can't be like, no, lover girls are sweet.
I feel like that's all I am as a lover girl, because that's all I want is to be loved properly. And I feel like I'll be giving off my love and my everything so quick. And, you know, I'm a Libra and I love languages, gift giving and affection. And, oh, I love you. I'm falling so easy. And to where people think we're just so gullible and you can walk all over me. So I'm like, my love language is different from certain people's love language. And I firmly believe that the guy has to love or like me more than I like him. And granted that I will like him, but like me more and more than I like him, because then it allows me that I can be submissive. I can really like not overthink, because I know he's secure and he's thinking the same thing that I'm thinking, you know. So we can't use that term love too loosely, you know.
For sure. No. And with you knowing that you're a lover girl, then you have to be able to discern when true love that you are deserving of enters into the room. You got to be able to pick up on that quick. Really, I think we're doing good. You just got to make sure that you work on yourself so that you just don't allow whatever into your life. I got to be more, you know, headstrong and not being so like, understanding, I can help him, or I understand, I'm a mental health specialist, you just going through some things. No.
What you say? I can fix that.
No, I ain't fixing nothing. I can fix
that. I got you.
I ain't fixing nothing.
We're not fixing nothing no more.
If it gets broken while I'm in the midst of it, then cool. But I'm not. Don't come into my world with all this jibber jabbery and think I'm about to put the puzzles together, because I'm tired. I ain't got it.
This is no longer no jigsaw puzzle. I can't help you, fly friend. I'm sorry.
When I was dating casually, I was like, "Are you happy?" Because I'm happy. Are you happy? Because don't come up into my world and you ain't happy. You ain't finna disturb my peace, because I mean, good.
So, I did have a question. Why do we lack self-love?
Because we wasn't taught it. Because nobody gave us a true definition of what that is. We aren't able to sit down and reflect on, what do I love about myself? Like, just think about it. A lot of people are so anxious and nervous and hate doing interviews because what? The spotlight's on you. What can you possess? What value can you add to our company? You got to really confront those things and identify something positive about yourself. It's easy to say all these negatives. Oh, my hair, my toes, my feet. It's so easy to point out the negatives, but we fear or shy from speaking positively about ourselves because one, we want to be humble. Oh, I need to be humble. I'm chill. No, pop that. Man. So but we never are encouraged to do that though. Like, good friendship groups, we encourage each other, but all friends don't do that. All family doesn't encourage you to be positive about yourself. Tell me about yourself, what you love about yourself, friend. So we got to start speaking on that more. And then I think the culture will change regarding self-love, and it'll be more so dang, you love yourself. I love that for you. We'll hear that more rather than, I lack, I'm insecure and stuff of that nature. How you feel?
I mean, and then lacking self-love also comes from our experiences and what we've been through too. By being in those toxic relationships, those unhealthy relationships, things that we know that have broken us. So I think that plays a part in lacking that emotional support. So we just gotta pour in love into ourselves more and keep those positive and supportive people around us. You know, like the more positive and healthy relationships we have around us, the more healthier we will be. I think.
I just love that we're able to have this podcast with such different perspectives. Because like, you a straight lover girl. You relationships, they have knocked you down, pulled you up, tossed you up, and I'm over here like, I done been through the ringer, but my mind, the way it works, I block all of that out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't remember it. I don't give them that energy to say you hurt me. No, you exposed yourself and you embarrassed yourself. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, I wish I could instill this within other people, and maybe it's a lack of empathy that I have sometimes for myself or for others, but I don't know, I'm still trying to figure it out, because it's like, it's my coping mechanism, but then it might be hurtful for others, because it comes off like nonchalant or like I don't care. But I've been drugged through the mud by these guys. They're crazy. And I'm just not going to allow it to affect me. I can't. So, if we got to do a little trade-off from time to time, I'll learn some of your love girl techniques, and I'll give you some of my stiffness, because but we're going to have a healthy balance.
It's so crazy, because I used to be like that girl that block all that off before getting so hurt in these relationships. So it was like I had to dimmy down who I was. I'm like, dang, so now I'm just bottled up with all this love a girl, this lack of this, and all of this. And it's like, dang, like, girl, like, how you got keep getting knocked down by these men? I used to be so strong. Like,
we were just talking about, like, I know our time is ticking as far as like we want to get married, probably have one more child or whatever. Because I know you say you want 3. It's crazy. But,
why?
But I get the time is ticking where we're wanting to establish that family now, especially before we become millionaires. But 40 is the new 20. So it's like we're going to do nothing but get better. So we have to. We're living in the improving stages right now.
Right.
We don't think of it. It's like, oh, why we're so hard on ourselves? Why am I not? No, we're working at it now, mentally, physically, emotionally. We're working at it now. Even with just doing this podcast, we're actively working, and so just give yourself grace. Let go of the past, because you needed to experience that in order to know what you want and what you don't want for the future. If I haven't experienced so many things, I wouldn't know X, Y, and Z. Like, these are my deal breakers. I wouldn't have been able to identify those deal breakers. Now, I know there are some people that got married at a young age and they just locked in. Cool. You got lucky. Some people get lucky, and some people, we're still going through it. I'm enjoying my journey.
I am too. It has been a journey. A whole train ride. We riding the love.
And, I mean, we're not going nowhere.
I ain't going nowhere.
I ain't going nowhere. They're not finna kill me off in no time soon. So, I mean, you gotta make the best of it. I mean, I just can't wait. I mean, I can, but I can't wait to be fully happy with one person.
I wonder what that looks like, because we see on social media that a lot of our friends that we went to college with are like happily married with kids, and they're traveling and they're doing all of this.
I don't really see. I might see some of my high school friends. I don't see that
college friends, but yeah, I see some of them. I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. I wonder what's that like. Like, one of my friends from college, her name is Kiki. Not that Kiki, but it's a different Kiki. She dated this Alpha. And I remember them dating all through college, and they got married, had their son, super adorable. And then I actually ran into her like maybe 2-3 weeks ago when I went out. And she just looked so happy and glowing. Skin was definitely glowing, because her skin wasn't like that. Not trying to talk bad about her, but, she looked super different. Like, she just so happy. She put on that happy weight, looking good. I'm like, oh, that, like, love is beautiful. Like, and I love Black love. Like, I love when I see Black male and women together, just happy. He loving on her, like, the way that he look at her, like, you just know he loved her unconditionally. Like, it's just amazing.
I believe in that. But, I got to interject and say she also worked on herself in that relationship. It's not that he gave her that glow strictly. She was able to find her own sense of happiness within that relationship as well. So we can be glowing too. Yeah. You just said your skin cleared up. Yeah. You giving that married life so much, like, like that's a creme de la creme, like the highest you can be. Like maybe
but that's what we all want to be married, though, right? You want to be married one day. That I feel that is the top tier. I mean, granted, marriages have their issues, but every woman wants to be married. We all want that. So
I just want to make sure if I'm sick, somebody gonna take care of me. Because my mom and my daddy not gonna be there forever. If they was there forever, I think I'd be cool on it. I'd be cool on it. Maybe a little best friend for lifers. I don't know. Don't mind me because I'm still trying to figure it out. But yeah. This was my favorite tattoo. So R.I.P. Marcus.
I drink for him.
Because I was gonna go through. That was forever and ever and ever. Through life do us part. Maybe that's another reason why I have a different perspective. I'm just like, yeah, you can have your forever person or your who you thought was like your Mr. Somebody, and then it can be taken away, or even having a good man, but he got these other flaws that is just like, ugh. It's just so much. And I'm just like, I've been content. The little short period that I was single for show, and doing my own thing, I was so content. But I know over time now, loneliness might seep in. I just never always got them in the back of my pocket. I just got too many.
Throw them to the walls.
So I think I'm speaking from a privileged end on that because I can't keep them off of me. So I don't really know what it feels like to be lonely. So I don't know.
You know, you have them hoes you drop, you can just pick them right back on up. But those guys that you could just keep continuing to pick up, which that just means like they like something themselves. Because if you're gonna still, if you're still gonna be here after you didn't see me in these relationships, and you just gonna keep, I see that you're single now. Where's my shot, buddy? You're gonna get the same outcome every time.
Yeah, I've never given nobody a chance that's been consistent.
Me neither. How could I? How could I? You hit me with that, oh, I see you in a relationship again. I guess I'll wait till you break up. Like, no, go find your happiness because you're not going to find it in me.
Yeah, because I'm like, why don't I like them?
I be thinking that too, man. Like, why don't I like them? And I don't want to say it's the persistence because we should want people that's persistent. It's just something that I don't see in them. Like, I just don't. And I just hate the W.
Maybe we just don't like them. Like,
I think it's so.
We just don't like them because if we didn't give them a chance before, or the before.
Well, I give you a chance now.
Yeah, so maybe we just don't like them. So I ain't got to think too hard of it. Give up.
It's just something to do in that moment. Just the conversation. Oh, my line ain't dry. But then it take me 2-3 days to respond back to you, and I hit you with that. Well, you know I'm not a texter, but baby, I be texting everybody else.
Right here. Never too far.
And we need to stop doing that. Like, I think we need to start telling, like, look, listen, like, I just don't see you in that manner, or just tell them, like, hey, I'm working on myself. Like, I don't think we could ever be, instead of, like, egging them on, allowing them to continue to do that. But then,
that's mature.
It's very mature, but we haven't did that yet. So, I mean, I have it. I'm not going to sit here and say my line dry because it's not. I just don't respond. And then when I do get to respond, I'm like, I don't feel like doing all the texting. Even though I am a phone, I like to talk on the phone. Like, if you could text me while I'm at work because I can't talk on the phone at work. Text me while I'm at work. Do a conversation. Let me know you're here. But don't hit me later in the afternoon so I know what you're doing. I like good morning text messages. Hit me up with good morning, beautiful. I hope your day go well. Or have a safe day, beautiful. You know, I like those good morning text messages. Don't hit me up at 12 in the afternoon like WID. Do you not get a response? Like I said, yeah.
I'm not your homeboy.
Yeah. What you doing today? Like, I'm a sapiosexual. I like to have intellectual conversations. So when you're gonna text my phone, have something great to say other than WID because it's showing that you lack intelligence. I don't care where you're at in your career, how many degrees you got. If you texting me WID, then we don't need the WI talk, you know? So that's why we left on red, because you're not hitting my line with something proper.
Correct.
And then I keep telling you, I like to talk on the phone, but you want to text me. Call me. Or say, hey, are you available to talk on the phone right now? And if I am, I'll talk to you on the phone, maybe for a couple of minutes, or if I like the conversation, it can go in for hours, but don't think that I'm going to stop doing my mommy duties or anything like that, because my mommy duties not going to stop to send a text message or to talk on the phone. Or when they be like, oh, what you doing tonight? Let's go out. Oh, I'm with my daughter. And then you still trying to go out and persist. I'm like, I don't like that. Like, respect the fact that I'm a mother and I'm spending quality time with my child. Like, we'll link up when I'm free. Don't pressure me to go out.
What does your schedule look like? That's the more appropriate question.
Sexy when you text me, what's your schedule look like for next week for us to go out? And let me pick a day. Don't, what you, WID tonight. Okay, let's go to a such and such. Baby, take me to a coffee shop. When I tell you,
the folks be asking me, are you baby free?
I don't like that.
I'm not baby free.
I'm the sole parent.
I'm her mother.
Yes.
I'm not a babysitter. I'm not a sibling. What are you talking about? That's how you know the generation just is crazy.
Generation.
You see the generation are men without kids. Well, no, people with kids. Well,
but the men with the kids don't have their kids.
Yeah, so they don't understand that.
They don't understand what.
Now I'm thinking about it. They be the way they want.
Yeah. So that's crazy.
Anyways, friend, I think that ultimately we just got to do better at our pickings of our men. We can't expect them to come to the table with something that we haven't already worked on or can envision or even have within ourselves to understand. So, but there's nothing wrong with somebody having a little bit more than us.
It's not. Like I said, I need my man to come with that glass spilling over.
Yeah. We deserve that.
We definitely deserve that. We done worked so hard to get to where we at, and so we deserve for Dr. Elon to come and spill over into our lives.
Wait a minute now. Why we gotta say him?
Listen, I was listening.
I don't like my man on social media. He need to be low key. I like low key man. He ain't gotta be all doing all of that.
Listen, like, I don't think he been doing too much. Like, the conversations that he's been having and what
why he ain't got no woman if he all that in the bag of chips?
Maybe he.
Something's wrong with that man.
But
I'm not trying to hear it.
But no, wait, friend. But did you see what he was saying to those women and how he was saying, like the female was like, oh, I like a man with a little dirt under my nails. Okay, so his response to that was like, well, you know, I get manicures. Like, I'm a dentist, so I be in people's teeth all the time, so my nails gotta be clean. And then when she broke it down and was like, you know, I'm talking about like mowing the lawn and do the handyman around the house, and I didn't like how he responded. Was like, well, I can pay for somebody to do that because I'm not doing that. That I didn't like. But when he told that female that she wasn't healed, and like he read deep into her soul, like I felt that. Like I'm like, dang. So it's true that men can spot a broken woman from a mile away. The moment you enter that room, by the way you're speaking and the way you're talking, you carry yourself like, I know you're broken. I know I can misuse you. I know I can mistreat you. I know I can do what I want with you. And so that aspect alone had my gears spinning, the little spin wheels, the little hamster on my wheel in my head was like, dang. And it had me do some self-reflection, like, dang, I need to really reflect on, like...
I be feeling that, too. Like, I don't know if I am too nice or if people think I'm green. I don't really know what's going on, and I'm scared about it because if I'm trying to make a change, then I'm really going to be stiff. Then I'm really going to be like, skirt! Nope. Like, it's cool to make boundaries, but I feel like mine's about to be... up there because I don't want nobody playing with me. I don't want nobody even thinking they can talk to me crazy. Granted, I've been blessed to not have people talk to me crazy like that, but unless they in a relationship with me, but I'm about to take it up a notch.
When you have it up here and this high, then you're going to start attracting those men who's going to respect those boundaries. You're going to start attracting those men who's equally yoked as you, whose glass is spilling over into yours. You're going to attract those type of men because of the boundaries that you're setting for yourself. And so if we set boundaries this low, this is the type of men that we're going to get. But if our boundaries is this high and we're sticking to it and we're making sure that this, that, and the third is going to happen, then no man who's not ready going to even approach us from the first encounter. So I don't feel it's like it's a bad thing to set those standards high or set those boundaries for ourselves, because we've been tooled with for so long. So me setting those boundaries for myself is a gate for me and a guard for me, so that way I know I'm not about to get hurt. I'm not about to let nobody play with me. You're not about to tool in my face. You're not about to do any of that. Like, because I'm protecting myself. I'm protecting myself from hurt, and I'm also protecting my daughter from anybody who doesn't want to be happy, because our daughters deserve to see us happy. They deserve to see us in a loving relationship with a man. They deserve they deserve it, and they know that we deserve it too. They deserve to see their mother happy. They deserve to see what a black healthy relationship is, and they deserve to see that, so that way when they're growing up, they know what they're going to accept and not accept. We're not going to allow them to accept anything that we have been through, because we know how it feels to be hurt. We know how it feels to be used and abused. Like, we know how that feels, so we don't want that for our daughters. So we need to be that image and that reflection of what they see, so that way they don't make those same mistakes, and they're going to be like, this man or my father, this man that's in my life, that image, I want my husband or my boyfriend to be the image of my father, or that man that's dating my mother. I want that man to be that image, because if he's not coming to me how that man is coming to my mother, then I don't want to deal with it. Because if that's the case, I can just go to my dad and know that I'm going to be loved and cared for. So I believe that it's important to set those boundaries extremely high for ourselves.
Or if I'm not going to my dad to receive that love, I know how to love myself.
Yeah.
I love myself enough to not deal with what you think you bring in, because it ain't hitting on nothing.
Exactly.
So I love that for our girls, because we're going to instill that, and we're going to have that relationship with them, to have those open conversations. We're not going to come at them extremely judgmental. We're going to assess the situation appropriately, have that conversation, and even share our own personal experiences with them, so they're just not thinking like, oh, we know everything. We might not know everything, but we done been there and done that, and we can tell you, and we got evidence to prove it nowadays. Like, look what it is.
I still got the text message from 1992.
You tried it. So I'm just happy for them, and I know that they're in good hands with us for sure.
Yeah.
So.
And then they have each other too. Like, they're the best of friends, so they can grow up together, and their strengths outweigh each other's weaknesses. So, and they're both like strong-headed kids. So I love that for them, that they're already standing on business and they're not accepting anything from nobody. So I love that. So I want them to keep that strongness to be able to deal with any situation from anybody.
Shout out to the kiddos.
We're raising them.
Gigi watching them right now.
So good.
Well, that pretty much wraps it up for today, but we are going to give you a tip for the day. And so just to counter on everything we've been talking about, I think to bring to the table as a tip, take that time to reflect. Reflecting looks different for everybody. Some people need to isolate in solitude and just really read, get on their spirituality journal, or some people need to seek out therapy, or some people need to go to support groups, or even some people just go on YouTube and watch podcasts and vlogs and things such as this, just so you can get some motivation. So your reflection, start off simply asking, well, what is it that I'm lacking? How can I be a better partner, better mother, a better person for myself? Why do I not have that self-love that I'm in need of? If it stems from trauma, address the trauma. And you don't even have to address the abuser or the external factors that cause the trauma, but identify with the trauma and say, this has impacted me years and years and years later, and come to terms that that was part of your journey, but that doesn't have to be your narrative. Along with the reflection, think of an action plan. okay, now that you are aware, you have that self-awareness, what are you going to do to improve your situation? So that's my tip of the day. And I encourage you ladies and you gentlemen, because we're going to have our men's. We love men's now. We may act like we don't, but we love men's because, I mean, there wouldn't be no us without y'all. So you're definitely more than welcome to comment, like, subscribe, to ask questions. Shoot, if you want to join us, come on. We always having guests. So what you thinking? How you feeling? I love it for them.
I love it too.
I love it for all of y'all.
Cheers.
I love it.
I love it. Episode 4.
We're going to have to stop doing the numbers of episodes because we're going to forget it, friend. It don't stop. It don't even matter. It's just another episode with the regular girl.
I remember the episodes, but I'll let this for us, friend. We're doing good. This is amazing.
All right, well, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. Like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to comment positive or feedback. We want to know what y'all think about our sessions. This is a communication. This is communication. This is for all of us. So we don't know everything. So this is for y'all. All right.
Peace.
Everything, oh, you fancy, huh? Girls, let me see your hands. Wave them at them bitches hating on you with their friends. Girl, you got it.